Hey, you. Do you like horror but hate getting scared? If so, I've got the episode and the show for you. We're already somehow on episode 6 of Two Sentence Horror Stories Season 2, and quite frankly, it shows no signs of slowing down based on previous ones we've watched. If you thought that the quality of the show couldn't keep dropping, you're in for a surprise, Buster. Episode 6 is called Fix, and the little Netflix summary reads, ahead of his parents' death anniversary, Jackson takes a trip to check in with his sister, but soon fears she may have been possessed by a demon. I want to throw a quick trigger warning out there. This episode shows scenes of addiction, drug use near the end, and with it being a CW show, it is not very tastefully done. If that's not your vibe, totally get it, and I do not blame you for tapping out early. Those of you who are going to stay, buckle up for one of the episodes of all time. It has quite possibly the most disappointing, disgusting, and pathetic ending of any episode we've seen so far. So let's point and laugh at it together. Opening scene, something everyone can relate to. Just one of those times where your parents take you to the playground at night and have you push them on the swings. Oh, also, you and your sibling are both 26 years old. Then your stupid, lame parents get all nasty and dead on the swings, but your bitch sister keeps pushing them anyways and starts crying blood. Grow up, sis. You're ruining a family go to the park at 10 p.m. and push mom and dad's corpses on the swing night. Surprise, idiot. It was all a dream. It was just a dream. That isn't even a real family tradition that we have, that they have. How could you fall for that? We've talked about this. I know you can do better. Why did I pay for all those not falling for that lessons if you're just gonna fall for that? Jackson the Dreamer wakes up with what I'm assuming is his boyfriend. I don't see no ring on that finger, and I cannot remember the boyfriend's name, so I'm gonna call him Shemp, because Shemp was my favorite member of the Three Stooges. Congratulations, you've been promoted to Shemp. Enjoy it. Jackson and Shemp talk for a couple minutes about how the anniversary of his parents' death is coming up and how he should reconnect with his sister. That's fine, that's cool. But I'm having a hard time focusing on anything other than Jackson's shirt. Who the hell sleeps in a t-shirt with a breast pocket? Not only are you gonna make the choice to sleep in a t-shirt, which makes temperature control more difficult, by the way, but you chose a shirt with the most useless, worthless, dog type of pocket ever conceived. I hate breast pockets on shirts, and if I was Shemp, I would fill that pocket with spiders every night till you learned your lesson, Jackson. Time for me to be confused and then graciously pass that confusion along to you. The way characters are talking in this episode makes it seem like the parents have been dead for years.
Jackson, the anniversary of your parents' death is this weekend.
It's been 9 months.
Anniversary of your parents' death.
Not even a whole year. Jackson is telling Shemp that his sister wanted to keep their summer family tradition of going to the cabin alive. I would say it's still alive if it's a yearly tradition and it hasn't even been a year. Oh, God. I can't believe that my family isn't celebrating Christmas right now. It's such a shame to see our traditions die. Never mind the fact that it's March and we did in fact do our Christmas stuff as usual 4 months ago. We're losing our values. And what do you guys even mean he should really make up with his sister after all this time? It's been 9 months. Did he stop speaking to his sister the instant his parents died? Spoiler alert, no, he didn't. How hard is it to just say like, oh, it's been 5 years since they died? Why not write it like that? Not super difficult, you know, considering I just did it and I'm not even getting paid to write this show or any show. Oh well, back at it. Jackson decides to go up to the cabin without checking that his sister is even there or warning her of his arrival. It is a good thing she didn't get scared by you coming in unannounced and drop a anvil on your head or something. She was, in fact, at the cabin, you guys. And guys, you're not gonna believe this. I got a little spooked by the sister reveal scene. Now wait just a minute and hold the phone. Is this episode gonna be genuinely scary? Oh my God. World record in the making CW horror show is actually gonna make me piss my pants and screech? That isn't even sarcasm either, and I can actually prove that. What the fuck? Okay, that was pretty creepy. That actually spooked me.
I just didn't think.
That was my genuine live reaction, and it's by far the most scared this show has ever made me. 1 point to the CW for that. Well, the sibling reconnection is going swimmingly, I see. Jackson is being a huge head for no reason to his beloved sister. It takes him like 1.5 minutes to accuse her of being back on drugs and stealing. He doesn't even hug her when she starts crying either and walks away. She's like, no, Jackson, you're wrong. I'm sober. I'm changed. Like, you're being an asshole for no reason. Starts crying and she walks away. Like, dude, give your sister a hug. Tell her you love her. You're in an episode of 2 Sentence Horror Stories. This may very well be the last time you see her. Instead of doing any of that though, Jackson retires to his room for the evening. He's very fatigued and he finds a Bible, as well as, I'm not super sure what this book is supposed to be. Is there a name for like the generic demon book in horror? Anti-Bible? Jackson found the Anti-Bible, guys. This is the second time an episode of this show has had a character leave out the spooky book linchpin of their evil plan. A book that details a demonic ritual that's taking place and one that the villains do not benefit in any way from the main character finding, but they leave it out anyways. That isn't a lot, but it is surprising that in just 14 episodes, 2 of them would have that. That's like almost 15%. Now his big mouth. Oh, we got one of those shower scenes where the water gets scary. The water turns all red. Oh, dude. You guys gotta clean the pipes or something. Jackson gets freaked out. Then he just jumps out and the scene is over. What the hell? This show sucks. It didn't even show me his feet. CW. Show me that man's feet and activate smell technology on my monitor. Dude, we shouldn't include that in the video. Dude.
Hey, is everything okay? Sophia!
Sophia locks herself in her room. She's screaming, she's pissing, she's arguing with someone, most likely a demon, perhaps a ghoul, a familiar even. And Jackson, being the hero that he is, busts down the door and faints almost immediately. That's pathetic, but want to know what really throws me off about this scene? The sigil on the ceiling. Doesn't that look like it was drawn with a pencil? Like a normal graphite pencil? You're telling me a demon or demon worshiper climbed on top of some furniture, got all the way up to the ceiling, and the tool they brought with them was a pencil? Oh, oopsie daisy. Forgot my paintbrush and goat's blood on the floor. I guess my number 2 pencil will have to do. Oh well. Jackson wakes up to see his sister stirring a pot of something on the stove. Unknown at this time, and the poor dude woke up right into a monologue. I hate when that happens. And it turns out she was whipping up a batch of suspicious stew on behalf of Herobrine or whatever demon she's yapping about, whatever she has pledged her allegiance to. All that she has on her spoon, though, is maggots. So I guess that's just like a separate snack. They're not even wet. So I guess she just brought those from home in case the stew took too long to make. Nice cutaway right before the maggots touch her mouth. Bad job, CW editing team. This actress probably genuinely said, no, I'm not eating a maggot for a CW show. Do a swap or I walk off set. And I'm not sure what the swap was, but listen to the sound it makes when she is chewing on what is supposed to be maggots. Are maggots?
It's heaven on earth.
That crunchy? It sounds like she's chewing on a spoonful of bones. Well, I did just get done saying that I don't know what they swapped in for the maggots, so maybe they did just give her bones to eat instead. Now it's time. Our big final confrontation. And oh boy, it's generic. It's so generic, in fact. It's such a generic final demon standoff. I don't think it's really even worth talking about in depth. Most noteworthy thing about the scene is how bad the color contacts look that this poor actress has to wear. Oh wow, that looked really bad. I won't leave you in the dark completely though. I'll go over it pretty quick. Sophia mostly just stares at him. There's a lot of yelling, and some candles are set up for like mood lighting maybe, which I guess is a plus. Then Jackson touches Sophia with his cross necklace and the demon's defeated. Demons, now that I'm thinking about it, are a very common antagonist within the horror genre, but from what I can tell, all it takes to slam dunk on them is yelling and any religious object tied to Christianity. You guys remember that cool crawling creature from earlier? Yeah, no, we're at the finale. Nothing even close to that ever happens in the episode again. Not even during the final climax. Then Sophia dies, and it was all pointless. Oh wait, it was actually pointless for an entirely separate reason. You ready for the big reveal? Please be sure you are seated and your helmet straps are nice and tight. Are you ready? Sophia didn't die from the demon encounter. There was no demon. There wasn't even a Sophia. Okay. Technically, Sophia was a real person, at one point, but not in this episode. She was dead the entire time. Actually, she'd been dead long before Jackson showed up, as shown by this lovely clip of Jackson snuggled up to his sister's rotting corpse. Sophia was a heroin addict, as they alluded to earlier in the episode, and unfortunately, she died alone at the cabin from an overdose. Jackson, who was actually, it turns out, a former addict and the one who first introduced Sophia to heroin, showed up about a week after she died at the cabin, and he relapsed when he saw his sister. So the entire episode was either a dream or some elaborate fantasy his mind created to try and deal with her death. And all this information about the heroin, Jackson's involvement, blah, 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 it's mentioned in the last minute and a half of the, like, roughly 80 to 90 seconds of the episode. Genuine question here. Why is the CW so hell-bent on this type of ending? You guys know you can have horror without and it was all for nothing and everything is f***ed up ending, right? I'm starting to think that as far as the CW is concerned, the real horror of this show is realizing that after it ends, you just wasted 18 minutes watching something that didn't matter to anyone. A more direct complaint of mine would be that if this was supposed to be a nightmare or some elaborate trauma-induced fantasy, why was it so subdued? This had less paranormal action than your average episode of Ghost Adventures. 4 things. That's how many scary demon-related shenanigans were in this episode. 4. We had the black figure crawling backwards in the mirror, Sophia arguing with a phantom voice, Sophia eating maggots, which, quite frankly, could be unrelated to any demon, she might just be weird, and finally, her eyes turning white for a little bit, thanks to some Spirit Halloween color contacts. Episode had 2 actual characters, and somehow, the more charismatic of the 2 and more likable of the 2 was the one that was already in the advanced stages of decomposition. You get a thumbs down and even a frowny face too. Any points you managed to siphon out of me for that brief moment of unrest have been reclaimed. You get no points, and you're going to super hell before you die, just like in Luigi's Mansion. Today's featured comment is from, hopefully I'm saying this right, Xerok, the god of karma. Instant subscription, you're really funny and create great videos. Well, I think I done fallen in love. Both me and my planet-sized ego. Thank you for the very nice comment. Thank you to everyone else for watching the video, and maybe subscribe if you also hate the letters C and W. Join my Discord if you want to be a cool guy. Link is down below. See ya!